Alright, this is Rick from R&M Reviews. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Half of the video is going to be focused on the G-Prov box, which I did receive the G-Prov free from Jim at mmvapors.com for the sake of conducting a review. Now, mind you, this is only my second sponsored review, so the first being my Fluke review, so I think it's important for the sake of my own integrity as a reviewer to disclose to anyone watching that I did get the box for free. So make of my impressions what you will. I've gone into filming it with really the mindset of trying to be as unbiased as possible, though of course anytime you get something for free there's always going to be a certain level of bias, so yeah, it is what it is, but I really try to keep my impressions as honest and true as possible, so yeah. I guess the next half of the video will be focused on just some of the basic tools and other little utilities that I use outside of my normal mechanical mods and atomizers that make up my vaping kit. Everything from the brand of metal polish I use to the exact model and make of the torch I use to my Pyrex syringes and everything in between. So I haven't seen any videos like that or any guides anywhere close to that online, so I've been vaping long enough and collecting gear long enough that I figured I might have something to say or to show off that someone might find helpful. Kind of a gear slut. I collect and I hoard and I try and find the best of whatever it is that I'm into, and so this will be a short enough synopsis of some of my favorite things that I found throughout the past almost 2 years now that I've been vaping, so enjoy. So first up on the G-Prov box is just the top of the box. So like I've said, they are made of beechwood. This is the brown finish. The top, the first thing that jumps out at you is the engraving. So here you can see there's that nice deep gilded engraving of whom I believe is Athena. You can see that. Really nice touch there. A lot of depth to that engraving. I think wood grain in engraving and wood etching and wood carving, block printing have somewhat of a background in that realm of the arts, and I think there's some really true organic beauty to etchings and engravings in wood, and that really is unique to etchings and engravings in wood. Really nice touch there. See if that'll autofocus any better. No dice. Then in the bottom right hand corner you can see the G-Prov boxes and bases. Oh, there we go on the autofocus. All right. Another engraving, and then for an additional €10 you can have it custom engraved with your name, a friend's name, graphics I believe, whatever. So yeah, really nice touch. So with a custom engraving on there, it would come to a total of €60, which is really not so bad considering the craftsmanship. So the next thing I'll cover here is the clasp. It's a nice brass accent and lines up totally perfectly and go along the entire perimeter of the box. This little scuff mark of mine. Totally uniform, no gnarly saw marks, just really beautiful construction. Here is the back, and the back two hinges. I believe they're also brass, so it has that nice little gold motif carried throughout the entire box. Far edge. Some really nice wood grains in there. Then on the bottom, see, this nice little rubber feet, so if it's on a desk it doesn't slide around. That's pretty much it for the outside facade of the box. Alright, so here is the lower portion of the inside chamber of the G-Prov box. As you can see, it has these 6 nice cutouts. They're pre-cut out of foam. And if you're familiar with Pelican cases, this foam is really nothing like them. It's much denser and much softer. I guess the Pelican case is really the only frame of reference I have for such a material and in such a case. But really soft. You know that there's absolutely no chance of your mods getting scratched up while they're in there. Now, I mean, really not much to say there. Size-wise, they're all perfect. I mean, I think you can get one 18650 device in the far left slot here, and you can probably get 2 18500 devices here, likewise with these 2 slots, and then a 14650, or maybe even a 16 or 17650 device like the GGTB will fit nicely in here. Okay, the next up, there is this little cubby right here. Now it's just a nice little, just a sub-chamber within the box. You see on the lid, it does have that extra little plane of wood adhered on there, so while the lid is on, let's see if moving the camera, it slots in nice and tightly, so it doesn't move at all. Really nice, just perfect tolerances on the craftsmanship. Just as you can see, just from this nice broad wide-angle shot, the manufacturing really is perfect. I can't pinpoint any one area where the manufacturing quality is anything less than 100% flawless. Everything about the box just screams class and quality and just luxury. It's just really sweet little piece. Alright, so now that you've seen the basic construction of the box, I'll show you what mine looks like on any given day when it's fully loaded with my stuff. So in the bottom tray, just for a sense of scale, you can see on the far left, there's a GGTS in there. That is in 18650 mode. And I've got some various did tanks, top caps, there's a Zen switch in there. You can see my little 510 to 510 multimeter. It's a Timon in 14650 mode, just a Bic lighter. These are just some of the basic vaping tools that I use on any given day. Behind the Bic lighter I have 3 Allen wrenches, so the 2 basic wrenches for the Zen, the smaller of which is the same as the one used in the original did ground screw, the shorter one, which I prefer to the taller thumb screws or the flathead screws. So that's that. And then I also have like my Fatty V2 Allen wrench in there. Then in the top tier, so you can see, I've filled in all of those little elastic bands. So in the bottom left corner, there's just a simple resistance meter. So you just thread in any 510 or 901 atomizer and it'll give you the resistance. And it'll actually give it to the first hundredths of a volt rather than the tens place, which even my like stupid expensive Fluke multimeter only gives it up to the tens place. So cool little tool, nice and handy. Just runs on 2, I believe, AAAs. And then it's a nice little torch lighter for when I don't want to break out my big monster torch. Actually, really sweet woman on the forums, Miriam WTH, or Miriam with the hat, sent this to me. Really lovely lady. Just meet the nicest people on the forums. The nicest people just from every walk of life and from all over the world. I mean, she's from the Netherlands. Just really cool. Love the leather wrap on there. Just nice slick match with my box. Couldn't be happier. I mean, just for the relationship alone rather than the lighter, but really sweet. Makes nice little touch to my kit. And after that, got these 2 tweezers. One, it's like the kind of flat heady one, and then a needle nose. It's basically what I use on a day-to-day for adjusting my coils and my Genesis atomizers. Then there's a blunt 14 gauge 2-inch syringe, which I use as like backbone of my wicks when I'm either rolling a wick or wrapping a coil. I always use the 14 gauge for almost all my wicks, except for, say, the Hellfire Mini or a Zen if I'm vaping it with the insulator in. Then just 3 jeweler screwdrivers, a flathead and 2 different size Phillips heads, just for locking in resistance wire, adjusting contacts, whatever. Yeah, that's my basic kit. And then, oh, also the nail clippers. And nail clippers, if you didn't know it, perfect for clipping canthal, and even Odiwick. Nice and simple, especially useful, I guess, when traveling with them. Nice and easy, and definitely a lot easier to get through the TSA with a pair of nail clippers rather than scissors. So, nice handy little tool there. Alright, that's pretty much it for what's actually inside the G-Prov box right now. Oh, actually the last thing before I forget, in the little cubby box, alright, I've just got, let's see, Caravella contacts in there, O-rings, just all the basic little accessories and little bits and pieces and parts from all of my different devices. Yeah, that's that. Alright, so I guess we'll go from here on to the bulk of the other basic accessories that I use in my day-to-day vaping life. So here we go. Alright, so here's the first major accessory that I use that I'll cover here. Is a massive butane torch. I mostly use Genesis style atomizers these days, and the process of setting one up, if you're unfamiliar with this system, is it uses an oxidized rolled up piece of stainless steel mesh for a wick, and obviously part of the process of oxidizing the mesh is heating it up with a torch. So I probably run my torches between cleaning my wicks, rolling new ones, probably run them for a good solid 10 minutes a week. And I've just gone through so many torches. Some of them I've had the little ring on the inside that channels the butane into a jet has just fallen out and been lost forever. The strikers have broken on them. Whatever the case, and they have just died on me, and I hate owning cheap crap. I mean, I would rather spend the extra $50, $100, $200 to get the quality piece of hardware that I know is going to last me for as long as I take good care of it. And that's what I've done here with the torch. This one, I believe, it retails for, I think, close to $100. I got it on sale on Amazon for, in the ballpark of $50. Average torch at Bed Bath & Beyond, I think, is going to run you $20, $25, so it's about twice the price, though I've had probably 4 or 5 Bed Bath & Beyond torches, and I don't have any of them today, whereas I still have my Big Shot. So just to show you, it does have built-in striker, and that is a mean flame. They advertise that it'll get to, I think, 2,400 degrees is what they claim. Whether or not that's true, I'm not really in a position to say. It gets hot, so I typically run it at a lower setting for oxidizing my mesh, but that's that. I can oxidize a wick in 2 minutes with this thing, and it just saves me a lot of time. So that's the first big thing. That's that. Alright, the next accessory that I'll be covering are my syringes. I don't know about you guys, but I will pick up any one syringe, maybe upwards of 10 times in any given day. If I'm vaping a Hellfire Mini, for instance, or Mini Did, something with a small tank capacity, and I'm going to be refilling my tanks several times a day, getting a lot of use out of my syringes. And I think a standard plastic, I don't know if they're PFTE or just polycarbonate or whatever plastic compound they're using for them, I think they're around $2, and it's without a lure lock. I think the lure lock 10 mils are ballpark of 5 or 6. But these are blown in Japan. They're made of Pyrex. They have stainless steel female lure lock fittings on them, and I think the 2 mil, which is the one on the far right, I think it's around $11. The 5 mil, which is in the center, is maybe $13. The 10 mil is $15. For the money and considering the amount of use I get out of them, it was a no-brainer for me to get the Pyrex ones. I was on the hunt for them for a long time, trying to find an inexpensive and reliable retailer, and I did end up finding one. I will post a link in the description of this video as to where you can get them yourself, but these are my Pyrex syringes. Give you a quick close-up of one of them. So you can see no O-rings anywhere in the syringe. It just uses a glass-on-glass fitting between the two parts. So cleaning them, really easy. Just pull the two pieces apart, clean them out. The writing on the sides of the outer tube, the measurements there, they, I believe, come with an unlimited lifetime guarantee that they won't fade. And it's a little thing, but I'm definitely a sucker for unlimited lifetime warranties. They're made in Japan. Can't go wrong with made in Japan. They make some quality shit in Japan. So that's pretty much it for the syringes. And just for reference, I have a 14 gauge 2-inch blunt rig on the 10 mil. I think a 2-inch 16 gauge on the 5, and a 3-inch 16 gauge on the 2 mil. So that's pretty much it for the Pyrex syringes. Alright, next up is the strap wrench. Now, the strap wrench, I believe its main application is in plumbing utilities. I assume for the sake of separating stuck threads on tubing. Now, for our use in dealing with electronic cigarettes, especially mechanical mods and just atomizer tanks and whatnot, they're the perfect tool for getting two locked threads separated, and all while not damaging the finish. I mean, sure, you can use pliers wrapped in tape or rubber bands or whatever, but this is just a nice rubber strip on there. It is when you release the lever, tighten up on the strap. Say stuck threads on my Caravella switch. Just gonna lock that up. Locked in, and unscrew thusly. Alright, next up is Sharkhide. It's Sharkhide aluminum polish. Now, the brand Sharkhide does make several other products. I know they make an aluminum sealant, cleaner, the polish obviously, and then a few others, but the main one that is pertinent for our applications in electronic cigarettes is obviously the metal polish. It's plays two really essential roles, and I guess one kind of vain cosmetic role, which is it's perfect for polishing up and just to hand polish the external finishes of your devices. So if you have a polished stainless steel mod, you're going to want to keep it nice and shiny, in my opinion. Sharkhide, just a tiny dollop on a microfiber cloth, absolutely perfect for cleaning up stainless steel, aluminum, brass, even titanium. It does some really impressive things too. I guess its most important application is in cleaning the contacts in mechanical mods, and rebuildable atomizers to some extent as well. Metals like brass and silver in particular, when polished, clean, and totally free of oxidization, wonderfully conductive, will hit hard. You'll really get the most bang for your buck out of your device if your contacts are in well upkept condition. Now, I won't go too much into polishing because I do intend to do a full maintenance and polishing and mechanical mod and atomizer upkeep tutorial essentially, but Sharkhide, really the best that I've found yet. Big thank you to my friend D-Spin over on the GG and the Did forums for introducing me to Sharkhide. Really top notch. I've tried several other abrasive metal polishes, and Sharkhide is bar none the best. Yeah, that's Sharkhide, and it comes in 1 or 2 pound cans. I think it's around $40 for a 1 pound can, which is what you see featured here. It is expensive, but I can't imagine 99.9% of users, including myself and even the most anal compulsive polishers ever burning through a full pound of the stuff. I mean, you use not even a thimbleful for even a full device. Really solid stuff. And I know there are a couple of co-ops going on ECF for Sharkhide, I think, to buy in 4-ounce servings, but even for the $40, well worth it. But that's that for Sharkhide for now. Next up is just any basic multimeter will really do the trick. Here I have, it's my Fluke 115. I actually just got this in the mail yesterday. This is a ridiculously expensive multimeter. You definitely don't need a $120 multimeter for any reason, really. I just got it because, again, likewise with the torches, I've had so many of them die on me, just screens cracking. They use like tiny little car alarm batteries in most of them. This one takes nice fat 9-volt battery. Has this nice solid rubber case on there. Has the stand as well. Just good solid meter. Fluke is renowned for making just the best multimeters around, and I figured that this is another one that I'd rather spend the extra money and have something that I'm going to have for a few years. And so far, it's been a good buy. And this one, it does have the little alligator clips at the end of each test lead, which is useful for checking the resistance of your coils, or you can just clip it right onto the post-assembly of your Genesis atomizers for testing the voltage under load, or the resistance, whatever you want to do. Nice and easy. You can get perfectly adequate meter for probably around $8 or $9 at Radio Shack, and then you can get a box of the little alligator clips that just slide right onto the end of your electrodes, or your test leads, I should say, just as the Fluke ones do, and for a total of probably $11 or $12, and that'll do more or less the exact same thing as the Fluke. Definitely worth the $10. Being able to check your voltage under load, and it gives you full access to the basic information of when your device is experiencing voltage drop. And then from there, it's just a great point to start troubleshooting. But that's more for me. I do try and push the absolute maximum performance out of all of my devices. The big part of that is finding what exactly is contributing an abnormal amount of series resistance to my setup that's making it not vape as well as it could. So that's that. That's my Fluke. Multimeter, definitely crucial. Definitely suggest it. There you go. Alright, next up is my digital caliper. Before I go any further with talking about this one, this is definitely not a tool needed by your average vapor, not even the most advanced, or however you want to describe it, vapor. I mean, this is just more a tool that I found really useful in my vaping experiences, really with just trying to be helpful on the forums and in the vaping community in general. Really handy, checking wick holes, can even check thread dimensions, whatever. I mean, goes to 1/100th of a millimeter, can do fractions of an inch, inches to, I believe, 1,000th of, 10,000ths of an inch. So really handy tool, really precise. This one, it's like a titanium body with steel housing for the electronics. I think I paid like $30 on Amazon for it. Really solid little utility. I get a lot of use out of mine. Probably use it once or twice a day. Cool tool to have. Definitely not a vital tool to have in your vaping kit, but cool one nonetheless.